All right. So what are we doing here? We are playing Bant Defenders. This is a deck that we played on stream last season a little bit, and I really liked this deck. This deck gained a bunch of new tools from the most recent set. Most specifically, we gained High Alert here, which says each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So this basically gives us redundant copies of Arcadis, the Strategist. Past our Walls plan with Arcadis and a High Alert, we also have Treasure Map alongside Artifact Walls and Karn to make Karn structs to beat people down. So, yeah, listen, people make fun of every president, and most other presidents didn't post as much nonsense on Twitter as the current one, so it's all fair game, okay? What about Tower Defense? Tower Defense is a great comment that I should make. So Tower Defense is a card that's good when you have Arcadis and High Defense in play and have a bunch of walls in play. However, Tower Defense is not a card when you're behind. So Tower Defense is a card that's only good when everything is going right for you. And if everything is going right for you, you don't need a card to make things go better for you. So Tower Defense is basically a win more card. I'd much rather have a card like Dive Down that's a combat trick when I don't have Arcadis out and can genuinely protect my things. It beats Finality. That's super narrow. Is a viewer submitted deck list? No, I think Tetsu is again, so Tetsu and Tower Defense, this is a deck that already has a number of incredibly weak or low power level cards in it that is trying to win with via synergy, and adding more incredibly weak cards like Tower Defense and like Tetsu basically makes your deck much worse when your synergy gets picked apart. So the idea of what we're doing here is to make this archetype playable. We're trying to minimize the number of garbage magic cards we include in our deck. Do you want an easy memory trick for figuring out what cards are garbage magic cards and what cards aren't? Look at a card or think about a card and ask yourself, how many other decks does this card see play in? If the answer is 0, it's probably because the card's not very good. Alright, well, we got a bunch of walls. Yeah, fair warning. You want to start suggesting magic cards, you just keep saying why not X? We're gonna start timing people out. That breaks the rules. So please follow the chat rules. Please and thank you. Look at that. Played a 4/4 on turn 2. Get to smash him. We're a little bit Arcadis flooded. Man Flash is sweet. The addition of Growth Chamber Guardian to it was a good add for sure. I think it depends on what you're going for. With Karn and Artifacts, it's like a more mid-rangey. Yeah, I'm trying to play, again, my goal when building decks like this is to build good decks full of playable cards. I want to maximize what Arcadis is doing, but also minimize the number of garbage cards it requires to do it. If you haven't watched the Bant League from last night, you definitely want to watch it. At least the first 5 minutes where I explain problems I think the Flash deck has and how I'm trying to fix them. Hey, Yang's Bull, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. If there's a deck that runs green, is there anything other than something like Turbo Fog where it isn't a good ad? I really don't think so. I think we're going to get to a point where just every green deck in the format wants to play Growth Chamber Guardian. So they get to hit Karn for 2 here. You need to play this until you beat a Rakdos deck for the tweet. God bless.
This will not deter me.
So Karn exiled a wall. Hey, look at that! Karn's gonna build a wall. I wonder if that means he works for the Rakdos. God bless you, Karn. I'm gonna hold off on playing this other one here because I want to hold up Dive Down for Arcades. Because next turn they could play Chupacabra or Contempt. And like, someone else mentioned the really terrible card that makes your things unblockable. Suspicious Bookcase can make our stuff unblockable while still being a card that's synergized with everything else.
Evil must not be tolerated. You may regret that choice.
I give them the land here. We might kill this card before they get to down ticket. Oh, Karn. Oh, Karn. When this deck gets going, it's a good time. For a good time call. Why is High Alert a good draw? High Alert makes this attack for 2 more, but is that meaningful? I guess if I High Alert, I can... If I High Alert, Arcades plus Dive Down kills this, but I wanna pick this. Oh, down tick Karn for a token? Yeah, maybe that's fair. Can untap the bookcase. Basically, all in aggro deck, you either win on turn 4 or lose. Yeah, I agree. Like, I like playing. I don't think this arc deck is good enough to be an aggro deck. Oh, should I have sent all of them at Karn? Yeah, I probably should have sent all of them at Karn and forced some blocks.
My retribution will be swift.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, Beetle, or if you're here, Beetle, and I hope you still are, your response tweet just made my afternoon. That's fantastic. So I posted we're gonna build a wall and the Rakdos are gonna pay for it. And he tweeted at Cube April because she had been dressed up as a Rakdos for her pre-release. He tweeted at her, as a representative of the Rakdos, what say you on this? Alright, so they're just dead, right? Just actually just dead on board. They block 2, they take 12. Nice green-black mid-range deck. GG, easy. The walls are on high alert. All right, so what are we doing against Golgari? We're definitely slaughtering the strong because this card is great in this matchup. I think this is a Teferi matchup. Just like, want some more card advantage here. I don't think this is a binding or seal away matchup for sure. Do I want some Disdainful Strokes for countering... Disdainful Stroke counters Vivian, Vraska's Contempt, and Ravenous Chupacabra, which are like all cards that I care about. Counters Finality too, yeah. What do I want to cut though? I already need 4 cuts. The stream title is not updated. Thank you for the heads up. Must have missed clicking the button. I don't want to cut too many defenders. It's probably got to be like dive down, right? Or maybe some of the Karn package. I could just like trim a bunch of pieces. Yeah, in some cases, diagnose just another stroke. Ah. I don't know what we're doing. We're gonna run out of time. I didn't want to run out of time. I think Slaughter's pretty important, right? Slaughter's like almost Plague Wind. Sure, Scion's great. Yeah, maybe a high alert could be the trim. I can see that too. Real decks do have curves, you're not wrong. Yeah, I think Tetsuko is just a low average card quality card. So I'm not a huge fan of it. It's the old turn 3 arcade is. This is sweet. This is another card from the new set that added a little bit of power to what we have going on. Yeah, if you don't submit, you just get the pre-board list. Could Takatli Honor Guard be a card for the sideboard? Maybe, I don't know. In my experience playing this deck previously, the green-black matchup was, like, pretty okay. The Arcades animation is very good, you're not wrong. Alright, so I think we just do this into Slaughter the Strong, attack for a bunch. I'm gonna keep all of these. You pick your favorites over there. Alright, attack for 10. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Resolute Watchdog. Oh, that's a 1/3 for 1, right? Nice removal spell. The fact that High Alert technically combos with Arcades is like a +2. Like makes him attack for 5. I'm like not in love with my, we have the 4/4, the 0/4 for 2, like not super in love with that one. So like they're down to 2. Even Finality doesn't save them here because Arcades lives through that. It's a shame the Saruli Caretaker's a Dryad and not an elf. It would be an elf you tap the bookcase. It could be the elf on the shelf. Let's take a look here. How much time left with this deck? About an hour. About an hour. Maybe a little more. It's the Watchdog. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. How many white sources are in my deck? I've got 8, 12, 14. Do we like Watchdog better than Grappling? How many green sources are in my deck? There's 6, 10, 13, 14, 15. Again, block and kill X1s on its own. Yeah, I think it's better than Grappling Sundu. I agree. And that also makes my mana a little bit better because now, let's move this over so y'all can see what I'm doing. So now I can cut a green source for a white source. So I can cut a Hinterland Harbor for a Glacial Fortress. I have a little bit less green in my life. That seems fine. I like that. Why are there 2 basic forests in this deck? Do I need 2 basic forests? I don't really, right? I guess it lets me play a Caretaker on 1. I bend the knee and solemnly swear to defend the realm gracefully. Thank you, ad nauseum. I knight thee, defender of the realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Yeah, I probably don't need another forest here, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. Having some basics is important. Got the Sunpetal Grove. So this is 9, 13, 14. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's try some Watchdoggy, shall we? Would you consider sideboarding tower defenses for control matchups to steal wins? No. I don't think you steal... So you don't steal wins against control decks because control decks are heavily interactive. You're far more likely to steal wins against a deck like another aggro deck or a deck that's not interacting with you. Do you really need 24 lands if your highest cost is 4? I mean, if you like casting your spells, one of the other things that you need to consider with your land count is not only the top of your curve, but also the colors that your curve demands. So one of the ways I'm able to have such consistent mana to cast all 3 colors of spells is because I have a high land count to do that. Also, with cards like Treasure Map and Karn, I'm a little bit less likely to feel the pain from Flood because they allow me to filter through it a little bit. Gosh, Wall of Omens would be absurd. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, puppy, 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 puppy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good little puppy. Already in love, chat. Already in love. Judy! Rude. Don't be rude, Judy. Yeah, they had an upgrade, chat. I wasn't prepared for the upgrade. We need more walls. We need more walls. Watchdog's flavored text. A friend in good times, a guardian in bad times, a savior when all else fails. Aw, what a good pupper. I really don't have good choices here, huh? So, like, they get to shoot 2 things, they get to get their stuff back here, which is, like, not great for me. Yikes. Rakdos read the tweets and Judith wasn't pleased. Seal Away sounds good. Extra Slaughter the Strong sound great. This is definitely a treasure map and Karn out matchup. Trim a dive down as well. Actually, let's trim a high alert. Seems fine. I've got 14. I actually only cut one green source from the deck, so... How many white sources do I have? 16. Maybe 16 is one too high. What's my blue count at? Blue count's also 14. It's 16, 14, 14. That's probably fine. Yeah, if you want to watch past videos of my stuff, you can go to my website, jeffhoagland.com, or go to youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Wow, this hand is sweet. We get to go Caretaker into Gleaming Barrier Watchdog. And, like, if we hit a land on 3, we get to turn 3 Arcades. Yeah, you can find Bant Flash on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Click Standard Decks, click Bant Flash, or click Videos, click Standard. Perfect. Yeah, definitely, I mean, definitely, Watchdog definitely much better here with curves like this, right? With the Caretaker, they line up really well. One of the other things that's sweet about this deck is Gleaming Barrier leaves behind a treasure, which doesn't sound super impressive, but when you consider it leaves a treasure behind that you can stack to treasure map, it gets much better. Johnny Chaos with the brand new Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Just, you know, casual 13 power and play on turn 3. No big deal. No bigs. No bigs. If they don't have a removal spell this turn, the Watchdog gets to protect Arcades from there on out. All right, so we're done. The game is ended. Yeah. Who's the aggro deck now? Who's the aggro deck now? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I probably don't have time to use treasure map on the draw. I'm gonna put high alert and Karn back in. It is, yeah. We played this last season when it was definitely we had evolving wilds in this deck last season, and it definitely still felt reasonable. Well, this hand draws a green source on 1. It's absurd. If it doesn't, it's still probably fine. So let's keep. What does Karn do for this deck? Karn provides an alternative win condition as well as a steady stream of card advantage when you don't have an aggressive draw. Because you're not always going to do what we did last game. Maybe Caboose Man, I don't know. They're not gonna have that curve every game though. Like, don't build your deck thinking you need to beat your opponent's best draws every game. Build your deck trying to beat their average draw. That's the intelligent thing to do. If you're always worrying about your opponent's absolute best draws, you're never gonna win anything. Their average draw is what you should be preparing for. You taught me so much about how to sideboard. Now when I'm trying to sideboard, I don't feel like an idiot. Well, that's great. It's certainly an upgrade. You can do it! Sure. One treasure, please. pretty good. Actually, it's pretty bad against Slaughter the Strong, right? You made them strong, Judy. Make the hard choices. Wow, I was not prepared for that. Huh. Okay. Huh. So do I play High Alert here off the Treasurer, or do I hold up the Dive Down? I think I'm supposed to play the High Alert off the Treasurer. The art on this card is great too. This current format is my favorite format I've ever played. It's very, very good. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to recover here. I wonder if we maybe want some Settle the Wreckage in the sideboard. I can see that being a thing. I mean, it's not really that amazing. Like, that's the point of rotation, is that it changes when you get there. Seems a bit awkward. No, I don't think, I mean, why is it awkward? It's definitely worse in matchups like this than against Greenback. Gumby, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Yeah, but Settle the Wreckage is also awkward. Settle the Wreckage, like, when you pass with 4 mana up in a deck like this, like, you're basically screaming from the rooftop, I have Settle the Wreckage, don't attack into it. So Settle the Wreckage comes with its own awkwardness. I think we're dead here. Like, you're definitely taking trade-offs, and like Slaughter the Strong against decks like blue-red Drakes and green-black is often just Plague Wind. It destroys all their creatures. Yeah, I'm just dead here no matter how we slice this. Keep in mind that if you get timed out while making a card suggestion, it means you broke the channel rules. There's a rules link on my website as well as underneath the stream. I'd encourage you to take a peek at those for suggestions on how to make useful card suggestions. The Rakdos declined paying for the wall. Rats. Your chat rules are slowly making people better at camera conversations. That is one upside that they have. No, the Rakdos pay our mana cost, AK. Gotta stay on Vorthos. No, chat. They're gonna get past our walls, chat. Phyrexia isn't sending their best, right? This is a matchup where Slaughter's a little bit awkward. Dive down's not great. Treasure map's a little slow. I think we basically just have to race here. Do I just board in Teferi as an awkward... I think I just board in Teferi as an awkward, awkward removal spell. No, Settler Wreckage isn't good against the deck full of Spell Pierces and 4 Siren Storm Tamers. Next. I was told the wall would stop them. I feel like that needs a tweet. What's that merfolk called? Anybody know what's the merfolk called? Oh, I didn't re-hide myself. What's the merfolk called? Talking box man has no box. Miss Cloak Herald. Alright, what are we doing? This one. Next turn we can play Arcadis and then race. This is the type of draw we need in this matchup, right? Just straight up race them. Thoughts on Bedeck Bedazzle? It seems too expensive. That's the one that gives +3, -3, right? If so, I think that card's really good. It's pretty flexible. You have to view the front half of it as Lightning Strike, basically, and then it works better. Well, even if they have Merfolk Trickster, I have High Alert, right? Like High Alert does some good for us. I guess that's a good point. I could get High Alert in that last turn. Well, I don't know. So like, I swing for 6 last turn if I play a High Alert, but if I play High Alert this turn, I attack for 11. So I'm actually only gonna attack with these two because this has Vigilance, which lets me use the Caretaker with it to cast Gleaming Barrier this turn. Sure, but the race isn't that simple, Caboose Man. You're right that 6 plus 6 is more than 0 plus 11, but like there's other factors that go into it too. I got to double spell on 4 here. Like there's blockers that factor into the math too. There's a lot of the things that go into it. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do. I'm on vacation. I watched less trade, which I understand how that goes, Draven. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Just hope to have another good aggressive start. It is, Draven. I'm not sure what deck you're referring to. Some new cycles, indoors, 5+ hours a week. Your YouTube content's been a godsend. Well, welcome to a live one, Greaseball. I'm glad you enjoy the YouTube stuff. Happy to be here. Now, there's a bunch of other decks that play Mox Opal. Any favorite vegetarian recipes? No, I don't really do anything too fancy. Actually, that's one of my things my wife and I want to start doing more, now that we have a nicer kitchen, is that we want to start trying to cook a little bit more. Swapping the Adapt cards and Crawl for the Walker package. I think that's fine. Honestly, I think I'd probably try and play both. You probably want to drag the curve down. Good lord. Everybody knows that it's literally impossible to draw 7 lands in your opening hand if the shuffler was working correctly. Obviously, there is a mistake, and this is impossible if there was true random going on. Can't believe it. This hand is great. Easy keep. Treasure map's probably fine. I don't have green on one. That's a little awkward. File for comp, right? Statistically impossible. I do not eat fish or chicken. I eat fish for a little while. I guess that's not true. Occasionally I eat imitation crab. Because I find imitation crab to be delicious. I like crab rangoon. I mostly just don't eat food I don't like. I'm not really a fan of most meat. What's going on, Sirach? What's wrong with chicken? I'm not a fan of like the stringy texture that it has. Hey, I do eat Mr. Pinchy on occasion, okay? Don't judge me. Your insight's been great and I've learned so much. Well, Zozo, thanks for being here. Glad you're having a good time. Arena's great. Yeah, I think Arena's not only brought brand new people into Magic, but I think it's done a lot of people like yourself, which brought in people who played once upon a time, but like fell out for whatever reason. And Arena just makes it so easy to play Magic. You have a high mana ratio of 37%. I can't help but laugh when someone tells me that they think 37% is a high mana ratio. Like 40% like an average mana ratio. 37% is low. That's a good one. You compare shock lands and fetch lands, which do you prefer? It's a really complicated question. It depends on what type of deck you're playing. And it depends on what decks you want to hedge against. Yeah, most decks play somewhere between 23 and 25, which is around 40%. Yeah, 24 lands is like an average land count. That's 40%. Alright, well, they don't have a counterspell in hand. I know, right? We could be okay. Yep. Speaking of eating, time for another snack.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
No, stop trying to port sweet, fun, clunky decks to Modern. Modern's a brutal, fast format that does not care about your sweet idea. Your sweet. You know what your sweet idea is going to do in Modern? It's going to get killed on turn 3 and turn 4 and make you sad. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, it's probably fine. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, okay?
This will aid us.
Thanks for the 6 months, Storm Thief. I appreciate it. Thanks for the biddies, Scissor. These people and their fancy gated communities. Huh. Let's plus this.
I'll make use of that later.
Down to 19. See if they have Gates Ablaze here or not. They do kind of look like they have guns, right? They're like carrying a bomb or something. Plaza of Harmony is actually a pretty good payoff. I missed this card when I was going through the spoiler. I really hope the third set has Mace's End in it. That would be really sweet. You never played standard? No, it was terrible last time. But it'd be fun. Does that look like the strong to you, chat? Oh, if I slaughter now, I lose my Karn, right? So I need to crack this and then slaughter the strong. No, just guy control still coming up.
Some solutions must be built.
Thunk, thunk. Yeah, a couple people were asking about Karn earlier. Karn's really good in the control matchup because he draws you cards when you need to draw cards, and he allows you to put a massive amount of pressure into play. Yep. Yikes. Are we dead? We might be dead.
Oh, say hello. I advise, awaken.
Oh, I tapped my lands wrong. That sucks. Wait, can I not block these? These things are blockable too? Why can't I block? Oh, they can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Got it. Got it. Got it. Sure. I understand. Bring in a bunch of Ixalan's Binding. Why would I want Seal Away? I think I'd rather have Ixalan's Binding, right? Like, I need ways to actually kill them. Maybe I don't want Disdainful Stroke. Like, again, we're kind of an engine deck of sorts, so like if I cut too many creatures, I can't actually win the game. it seems fine. It doesn't actually matter, right? We're gonna draw a 2-drop ball and it's gonna matter. Yeah, fuck me. That's a pretty big mistake. Clicked the wrong button. So, I'd like you to imagine for a moment that I had 4 more power in play here, and I'd be attacking for a lot more next turn than I am right now. If I'd have not misclicked, I'd be attacking for 13 right now instead of 9. Well, that does not like Gates of Blaze kill me. Yeah, so they'd have died this combat step. Yeah, they'd be dead. All right, they conceded. God bless. But they'd be dead, actually dead that turn if I would have not clicked. If I would have clicked on the right thing. Maybe Slaughter the Strong is actually good. Nah, Teferi's probably better. They're likely only gonna have 1 thread at a time anyways. Yeah, Growth Chamber Guardian's the real deal. That card's great. For good, we'll draw a white source on 1. Perfect. Look at that. Even clicked the right button that time. We'll attack for 7 on turn 3. Thunk, thunk. So like they're at 9 and I'm attacking for 9 next turn. We haven't played the Gates deck. I feel like the Gates payoffs aren't good enough for... The Gates payoffs aren't good enough to make up for all your lands being tapped and like having to play a bunch of colors, but I haven't played them to know that for sure. Let's draw a negate so we can negate the Settle the Wreckage. This is like 10 out of 10 Settle the Wreckage, right? I think I probably should have played this pre-combat and then attacked with both of these since I have another Arcadis. Alright. Look at that. Those games summarized what my expectations for the Gates decks are, which are your opponent plays creatures with power and toughness, and then you concede after they attack you a bunch. That's what that seems like. And really, this has been a good set of games for this deck. So probably be one of the picks from today, I think. Just so many good, solid, aggressive draws. That's true. We don't have hey, the Watchdog has a point of power. Don't undersell my Watchdog, chat. He's working hard for his bones. The old basic for his Glacial Fortress. All right. Are other people having audio desync? Nope, just them. God bless. They played a bigger creature, we'll play a bigger wall. Turn 3 Arcadas, let's go. I might not turn 3 Arcadas here because their deck likely is full of removal spells and I have the dive down. I might wait a turn. Yeah, if I had like a High Alert or another Arcadas, I'd probably jam and hope it works out. But because I don't have either of those things, I'm gonna be conservative here with the dive down. I played the tapped land because the Caretaker with this can make a mana for the treasure map. Alright, want to buy 1 Slaughter the Strong, please. 2 of those in our main deck. Yeah, Slaughter the Strong is incredibly sweet. One, two, hey. Audio, video sync seems fine. Seems a-okay. I wonder if Twitch is having some audio desync issues, because someone else commented earlier today. You have to refresh when that happens sometimes. Yeah, it looks fine on my end here. And then suddenly we're in a very good spot, right? And like, we haven't even deployed the cards yet. Who would win? One Dino Boy or one very suspicious bookcase? Cower before the power of my walls. Cower. Sorry, I know we technically don't play best of one on this stream, but sometimes the memes are too powerful, chat. Sometimes the memes get them good. All right, I need to update the walls list on... Update walls list with Watchdog. Because the walls list on my website does not currently have the Watchdog. Sure. Ding, ding, ding. Have you heard the good wonders of drawing cards? That's truly wonderful. Timber Gorge, Meandering River. If that ain't a curve, I don't know what is. Okay.
Are you certain of your decision?
Yeah, I agree, Jin. Man, they can technically cast, are we about to get, Mystic Snake tier? Nope, just Chemistry's Insight. Deal. With the draw we've had here, the Nexus matchup's probably not good game one, but post-board we get a bunch of counter spells.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
So they can actually Nexus Evade here, right? Yeah, they can actually Nexus Evade here. If they cast the second one, I'm gonna concede.
No time for a break.
Our draw, and this is one of the reasons why best of three is so much better than best of one in my opinion, is now I get a chance to actually not only sideboard but also mulligan accordingly. Like, one of the things that's huge is like, this start that I had here wasn't super aggressive, and I would have mulliganed it if I knew I was playing against this archetype, but because I can't know that game one, you just get destroyed. Yeah, their opening was very good, just like turn 5 combo. Yeah, starting next month, best of 3 for Constructed will be a ranked game mode. Yeah, it was sweet, Southpaw.
A curious choice.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next game. Pretty unlikely to win this one from here. Probably don't want my treasure map Karn package here, huh? Probably just want to be as aggressive as possible while also having some disruption. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, Teferi downtick and like the explosion that they played. Also remember, because we have High Alert and Arcadis, Dive Down is just giant growth in this deck. It just gives something +3/+3. Maybe a couple of Karns could be okay. And super reasonable to play a 4/4 on turn 2. I like that High Alert isn't just purely redundant with Arcadis either, because it adds 2 points of damage to him. We play Charmer going fine turn 2. We just need to draw some counter spells here. Sure. Yeah, the Arcadis animation is A+. Sure.
Let's slow this down. I'm not ready for this quite yet.
I'm not ready for that one quite yet. So next turn we'll get to go Arcadis into Gleaming Barrier. Looking for counter spells and Disdainful Strokes at this point. Negates and Disdainful Strokes. Perfect.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Sure. You got banned, James, for not following the stream rules. I'd encourage you to look at the stream rules if you're unfamiliar. There you go. They don't have anything going on.
Keep up the pace.
We like some Night of Autumn in the side? Why? Yeah, James, the stream rules here are a little bit different than a lot of other streams where you can just, like, scream out cards at people and, like, the chats devolve very quickly. You know, there's 2,000 people in here. If everybody just, like, screamed out every card they thought could possibly be played in any deck at any given point, the chat would just be nothing cohesive and there wouldn't be any way to do anything constructive with it. So, we encourage people to approach deck building in an intelligent, structured manner that offers constructive, specific advice, or just don't use the chat. One of the two. So... Bans, timeouts are temporary bans, technically. I'm just gonna click submit. That seems fine. Not super exciting, but fine. If we hit any castable wall, we can get Arcadis out as early as 3. So if we had a 2-drop wall here, especially. Why did you play Lightning Strike in this deck? What's going on, Buddy Python? Thanks for the 3 months. Welcome back. Perfect. I think Rakdos is more suitable for aggro or mid-range. Probably aggro, if I had to venture a guess. Thanks, Infamous. We slaughtered them, Rion. They just, like, didn't do anything and we attacked for a lot of damage. Well, if we get to untap here with all of our creatures, the game is over. If they have Clarion here, we could be in trouble. It's not the end of the world. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. Sure. So I have, I really want to draw an untapped land here so I can have 2 counterspells up. Perfect. So I have double counterspell and I have 7 power in play, so let's go. Yeah, I agree, Frumbles. I like how this build's constructed a lot. So I have to decide here, do I want to try and kill them a turn sooner? I think I'd rather just hold up double counterspell here. I think I'm more likely to lose if I put lethal on board here rather than hold up 2 counterspells. So I think I'd like to do that. Autistic man-child with rotten teeth. I will have you know that I have literally never had a cavity in my life. So I, in fact, do not have rotten teeth. I've got really messed up crooked teeth, but they're not rotten. So mouth-breathing Twitch chat dweller who is often wrong, you are wrong yet again. Weird, strange how that works, how the mouth-breathing Twitch chat dweller who's often wrong is wrong again. Shocking. Got him. Get out of here. All right, nope, stop it. Alright, 1 counterspell, please. Am I accepting cut the line donations for standard? Always. I love your money. Correct. Yes, don't use that as an insult. They would have gotten timed out for using that word in my channel, regardless, but they were banned for being a turd. Yep. They're gonna tuck my high alert here.
Won't hide from the world.
Really? Okay. Oh, they're just gonna combo. I actually just got a quote on Invisalign because I just had a trip to the dentist. Invisalign costs $4,600. So while I might do that at some point, it's definitely going to be further away from now. One negate, please. One negate, please. It is about average, correct. I support mouth-breathing Twitch chat teller as a family-friendly insult. Yeah! Get out of here, Nexus deck. Get out of here, Nexus deck. Yeah, and actually, okay, so that's, for, if you want insight into how messed up the healthcare system is in the United States, one of the reasons, you know, I have good insurance. My wife works for an insurance company. We have good health insurance, but it wouldn't cover anything for braces like that because while it technically has some long-term health benefits, the insurance company considers it purely cosmetic, even though it does help your teeth in the long term and help reduce other things that could be. It's elective, yeah. So even though I have one of the better insurances, health insurances that you can have in the United States, it's 100% out of pocket for stuff like that. Anywho, this deck, believe it or not, having redundancy with Arcadis was really, really good. High Alert was really fantastic. Just having 7 of this effect felt great. Resolute Watchdog and Caretaker were both really good additions to this deck. Like, this deck wanted more 1-drops, so like, you get to go like 3/3 into 4/4 into High Alert and just attack for 7 on 3, and it's really sweet. The treasure map Karn package still feels reasonable for grinding out mid-range decks, and I think I'm pretty happy with the sideboard. Like, our own Teferi and mix of counterspells and removal feels good. So, if you're looking for something kind of sweet, this is one of the many sweet decks that you can find on my website. So, jeffhoagland.com, click standard decks at the top. You can find lots of fantastical stuff on there. We are going to be rolling right along, although I am going to update this deck list to add Watchdog, because Watchdog wasn't up there when we played earlier. Alright, what do we do next? Jeskai Control? Extras, did you want to cut, or can I roll into Jeskai Control? Let me know what your dollars are doing. You're going to cut. Alright, got it. Let me know. Ship it. Are any Dovin decks to do? Yeah, there is actually a Dovin deck pretty far up in the queue. Where is it? White, blue, far-ish. Oh, I guess it's been pushed down to 30s. There's been a lot of bumps around. That's why for people who are not familiar with the channel, all the stuff here is viewer submitted. So for large donations, I let people bump into the current day schedule. Jeskai will remain in the queue and likely be the first standard deck we play tomorrow. Jeskai. Thank you, extras. I appreciate the support. Esper Hero. That sounds great. Bellhaunt. I really like Bellhaunt. Has that card been good? I need a hero. I need a hero gonna save me. Do 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 do. So for those really not familiar, $100 means you don't have to wait. It means unless there's multiple $100 cuts, you're the very next deck that we play that day. All right, let's do it. Been running Bellhaunt. Yeah, Bellhaunt seems sweet. It does a lot for aggro, right? How much for building the deck and playing straight away? I don't do build. Okay, that's not true. For $200, I'll build and play straight away. I really hate building decks on stream, though. Really, absolutely hate building decks on stream. All right, let's get this on the stream deck and we'll be on our way. This deck looks sweet, though. A lot of awesome things in this format. We played a Mardu control deck that had the Electro, whatever that card's called, in it, and it was okay. Yes, to deal with Twitch chat, I agree. I much prefer to build decks off stream.